Hey guys, thank y'all for tuning in to the Circle TV. You're now watching the Mr. and Mrs. Goodbread show. I'm your host, Mr. Goodbread. Now guys, I already could get rid of the disclaimer because I'm off of the female nature and calling out the bad behavior. It's time to get my peoples to the money. You know what I mean? So now when you come over here, guys, I want you to get rid of the brainwash, get rid of anything you've been programmed and taught to believe up until this point. Understand that when you come here, it's not to challenge who's right or who's wrong. It's to get and gain a different perspective on life. So now that you are aware of what's going on in our day-to-day life, you know what I mean? We all sometimes I'm even guilty of it too. We create our own delusion and our own version of what we want it to be, but that's not actually what's going on. So today, guys, you check out the intro, and when we come back, I'm gonna give you 15 things we think rich and wealthy and successful people do, but they really don't. We do it. You know what I mean? Okay, guys, check out the intro. Alright guys, and we back, and let's get straight into it. 15 things that we think rich people, successful and wealthy people do, but we actually are the ones that do it. And they don't even do these things. Number one, guys, buy Lambos and Ferraris. Rich and wealthy people, they don't buy Lambos and Ferraris. Them cars is uncomfortable. And I mean, I once had a boss who had a Ferrari and he had a Lambo, a yellow Lambo, and he drove me around and stuff. You know what I mean? We flexed on it, but it was uncomfortable. And I'm tall, so it was real uncomfortable. Normally, who buys those things is like new athletes, people that stumble into money. You know what I mean? Those are the people that buy those kind of cars. You know what I mean? People that's successful and people that understand wealth and understand money, they do not buy those type of luxury cars at all. They understand those cars create more debt than they do more benefit. You know what I mean? So that's number one. Number two, guys, this Gucci label, this label sharking, this label thing. Labels used to be for the elder. Back in the days, they marketed it to the elders because those were the people in society and in our communities that had the money and had the wealth for that. Now they know that they can give the clothes that we see and we spend our money for, and we break ourselves and continue the poverty cycle. We continue the poverty cycle chasing what they give to these celebrities. You know what I mean? Understand that they give these designer clothing to the celebrities for free. So you see the celebrities and think if you make yourself look like a celebrity, you get status. You know what I mean? And in actuality, you don't get status. You don't gain status. The rich and the wealthy and successful, they don't look at you no different. Because if you can't match dollar to build something with them, then you ain't really worth what you got on. You get that, guys? So you guys got to pay attention to that. You know what I mean? The rich, they don't do that. The wealthy, they don't wear those things. And if they do, it's not loud. They're not loud with it. They can afford it. You know what I mean? They can afford it. Number three, guys, not all rich people know celebrities. You know what I mean? And not all rich people are celebrities. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people walking around that you'll walk past every day and not know that they got bread, because people with bread and wealth, they tend to not want to be noticed. They tend to not want to be all the way out there with it. You know what I mean? They loud at what they know. They loud at what they know that get them to the bag. And then the rest, they leave the rest for society. You know what I mean? They leave the rest for society. Number four, guys, one of the most important ones, guys. There is no master plan to keep the poor. The rich, successful, and wealthy folks do not sit around and come up with a plan to keep the poor folks poor. That's fugazi. They need our folks. They need us to have money. They need us to have mad money, because they know why. You know why they need us to have money? Because they know we're gonna be the ones to shop. We're gonna be the ones to keep them rich. So why would they want us poor? You know what I mean? We got to get rid of that brainwash. Rich and wealthy people don't want us poor. They need us to have money so that we can keep them rich. That's how that works, guys. And number 5, in the 15 things that we think rich people do. We think rich people pay more taxes, you know what I mean, than us, or less taxes than us. And guys, you gotta understand, the rich people only pay less of a percentage than us because they are responsible of hiring. That's only if they're a hiring business, a hiring company, and most businesses, that's how they get away with it, because they just say they hire 1 or 2 people and then they don't have to pay the maximum, you know what I mean? So it's actually, the more you make your money work for you, the less you're gonna end up paying, because they get to tax the people that you hire now. And that's how that works, guys. It's a lot of things that we get told because people don't want to tell us, or they don't even know what to tell us, you know what I mean? But you got to do some research, and you got to start getting to these YouTube networks, hit the like button, guys, and hit the subscribe button, because it's these channels that's gonna open up your mind, and that's gonna be able to change your life. Because a lot of the stuff on mainstream TV is washed. It's washed down. It's hidden agenda, and it's not gonna be as real as this. Number six is a good one, because I know a lot of people, we stuck in poverty, so we think that the rich is just good at saving money. The rich good at saving money. It's not that the rich is good at saving money, because actually it's opposite. The rich don't save money, because the rich, every time they get money, the wealthy and successful, every time they get money, they put that money to getting more money. You know what I mean? They don't touch that money, and they invest that money, and they try to get more money. So that's why they're in the position that they're in, to be rich and wealthy. They don't sit around and try to save money and look the part. You know what I mean? That's where you separate. That's where it separates guys from us and them. You know what I mean? They don't sit there and spend money to look like they have money. You know what I mean? They actually spend money to make more money, guys. And we got to get into the habit of that. That's what we got to do. You know what I mean? But number 7, guys, quite simple. I don't know for the life of me why people think just because a celebrity is rich and famous that they have all the answers, or that they're always right. And this is the problem. This is where we go wrong. This is why a lot of people is brainwashed, because Zaddy send the celebrity at us to show us what they doing, to get us to try to do what they're doing. They don't never show us how to do what they're doing. They just show us what they're doing. You know what I mean? You understand that, guys? And in them showing us what they're doing, it's not teaching us nothing. It's not making us as an individual better. You know what I mean? So definitely, the rich is not right. They rich know what they know that got them rich. You know what I mean? Now, everything else, when you like Chris Rock, you like Chris Rock because he's a comedian, you know what I mean? You don't know Chris Rock. When you like Cardi B, you like Cardi B because of her music. You don't know Cardi B, the person. So if she tell you something that you still have to question it, because if it's not about music, then you would have to question it, because music is her field. You get what I'm saying, guys? And this is where we got to get out of the habit of how we feel. How we feel about a person make decisions about in our life for us, and that's not educated. But all right, guys, and number 8, very important. A lot of us think that the rich and the successful, they're not stressed, that they less stressed. And that's wrong, that's false. The rich is actually more stressed. You see it every day. These guys is not as happy as they like to be. You know what I mean? Because they have livelihoods, they hold livelihoods. They're constantly working, they're constantly in meetings, they constantly controlling the board. You know what I mean? Controlling the table. All money do is it highlights the person's characteristics. So if the person is a worker and he got money, he's gonna probably be putting that money to work. You know what I mean? So that's all it does, you know what I mean? But it's stressful being successful, guys. And number 9, guys, I could tell you this off the riff, you know what I mean? Personally, a lot of us think that the rich and famous, they party all day, and they just lay up on a boat, and they got the yacht, and they all day, and they just drinking. Nah, that's all propaganda. That's pushed on these damn TV shows, and it really come from back in the days when they was on one of the resorts for the old folks when they was selling the resorts and shit. You know what I mean? They always marketed the guys on the boat, on the yacht with the cigars and stuff like that, and people just tuned to that, and they just took that campaign and marketing strategy and they just moved it over to entertainment world. But that's what that is. That's all entertainment, and it's not true. You know what I mean? Guys is in meetings half the damn day. You know what I mean? Guys is running companies and looking over and watching stuff. It's never that simple. It's never that easy, guys. And with that ties into us thinking that Rich never worries about money. You know what I mean? Rich always worry about money, because imagine not having it, you know what I mean, and then getting it and then losing it. You know what I mean? So the rich and successful, they always remember how it was to be dead broke, and they always fighting like hell, and that's on their brain about 17 hours of the day. 17 hours of the day, a successful, rich, wealthy person is thinking about how not to go back to that time when it was not so successful and healthy. You know what I mean? So you best believe, no, that's false. Successful people, they think about money all the time. And number 11, guys, I know when you see a wealthy person or you see like a zaddy, you know what I mean, you look and you think the first thing that popped in your head, he never worked hard in his life, or you know what I mean, successful and wealthy people, they worked hard in their life. You just not gonna see them doing them jobs that anybody could do. If it's a job that anybody could do, then they not gonna do it, because it's not gonna be worthwhile. It's not worth a lot. If everybody could do the job, then anybody could get paid for it, and then you ain't gotta pay as much as you gotta pay a unique skilled food job. You get what I'm saying? So that's why you might feel that a successful person never got their hands dirty, but that's not the case in every instance. That's not the case, clearly. Number 12, guys, I want to add in number 12. It's not so much that we think what we think, is what I know, being around a lot of successful, rich people of all diversity, all ethnicities. You know what I mean? I've been around a lot. So rich people and successful people, they just really want to be low key. You know what I mean? Outside of their profession, they really just want to be low key. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be flashy. They don't want to be the look at me show. They don't want to be in this look at me show. They sit back and they watch this look at me show that us black folks performing on the daily, and it's just it motivates them to not want to come here and help us or be us, pretty much just like that. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of our own kind. It's not even just zaddy. You know what I mean? It's our own kind that actually get a chance to make it out. You know what I mean? And they actually look back and they be like, You know what I mean? But we sit here and fight and argue with each other every day. And we play and blame the oppressor and blame racism and blame all kinds of stuff when we control our own destiny. Honestly, we control our own accountability. We control our own responsibility. We control all that. 13, guys, rich people don't want to help. A lot of people think that rich people don't want to help, and that's false. You know what I mean? If you want them to just give you money, just say that. You know what I mean? Rich people is not going to give you money, and they don't have to just give you money. But that don't mean that they don't want to help. Like I said, rich people, they want to help. You know what I mean? They want to help, but you got to do the work. You got to do the work. You got to be just as hungry as the person that you want to help you. You know what I mean? Number 14, a lot of people think that the rich people and wealthy people are bougie. You know what I mean? And they act different. Nah, guys, and I want to be different. But I want to tell you guys that you got to start to live better. When you start to live better, then you'll be able to relate to be able to relate to a lot of things that's not cool. That's not living. It's just not. You know what I mean? And it's sad that we have in our brain this hood thing. Like, we say hood, I'm just hood. You know, hood equals poverty. That's what hood is. Poverty. You know what I mean? Poverty. So we're just poverty. When you substitute hood with poverty, we just poverty. It's not good, guys. Get out of that. Get out of that. Get out of it. You have the ability to get out of that, guys. And we're going to learn it. We're going to learn it here on this channel. We're going to learn it video after video, like I tell you. And you can go back and watch extra videos time after time again. You know what I mean? But we're going to learn we're going to learn it. All right, guys. And number 15, a lot of us think that we just think that the rich have everything. You know what I mean? And the only reason why we think that the rich have everything is because we probably have money problems. You know what I mean? And if once we get rid of our money problems and fix those debts, we'll see that the rich don't have just as much. They have just as much as we have. You know what I mean? That's the look over your shoulder effect. You know what I mean? Some people just don't understand know how to appreciate what they actually have. And sometimes what they have is more valuable than what they looking over their shoulder and lusting over. You know what I mean? And that's just plain and simple, guys. But like I said, guys, we over here to unwrap some programming and just bring awareness. You know what I mean? I know a lot of you guys might have knew some of the things, you know what I mean, that I was gonna say just by the title of the video. And if you guys got anything else to add to this list, put it in the comment section. You know what I mean? If y'all got more, want to keep it going, 16 things that we think rich people do, but they actually don't, and we do, you know what I mean? Then put it in the comment section, guys, you know what I mean? Because it's all about learning, it's all about being aware. It's not even about right or wrong, guys, you know what I mean? We're going to support the message. Don't worry about the messenger. And if you like the messenger, then it don't even matter about the message. That's how that's going to work for 2021. All right, guys, I respect everybody. I love everybody, and thank y'all for tuning in. Check me out next time.